In the world that we live in now, with ecological destruction for the sake of material possessions, and with the divisions among humanity, a return to our wu-wei nature is imperative, or we will face the dire consequences of our ignorant actions. The way we commonly act toward each other and the planet is staggering evidence that we at this moment in time function as nothing more than machines that are hell-bent on destroying anything that conflicts with our greed and yearning for power. This state of deep sleep keeps us in our own private worlds because we believe that we are constantly in a mode of survival against everything else. This belief unknowingly binds us to the animal kingdom, but if we can let go of this fear, we can finally become human. The systems we have built perpetuate this isolation. Many religions, for example, eliminate God from the world because a God that is known to be universal both within and without conflicts with a lot of religious doctrines which are built on a kind of political view of the universe, in which God is a king or lord, making people easy to control. This is truly a hypnotic view of reality, because everything in this world, including human beings, is part of nature. So how could God be excluded from anything? We have not even mentioned our relationship to planetary universal forces that affect our minds, which is the essence of astrology. How could cosmic forces play a part in the consciousness of this planet unless these forces are a part of God? The limitations of religion, science, and philosophy are destroying our minds, because anything built with boundaries, although it may work within those boundaries, in actual fact has nothing to do with the essence of an eternal God. Bringing back into the awareness that God is both within us and in nature was at the heart of Aldous' Taoism. Working with nature instead of going against it aligns us with the Tao, which allows this higher state of consciousness to produce conditions whereby others will also realize the Tao through their own nature. The English mystical philosopher and writer Aldous Huxley expresses this in his book, The Perennial Philosophy, where he beautifully explains our ignorance of God in the world through the story of the Zhuangzi text. The doctrine that God is in the world has an important practical corollary: the sacredness of nature and the sinfulness and folly of man's overweening efforts to be her master rather than her intelligent, docile collaborator. Subhuman lives and even things are to be treated with respect and understanding, not brutally oppressed to serve our human ends. The ruler of the southern ocean of Shu, the ruler of the northern ocean of Hu, and the ruler of the center was chaos. Shu and Hu were continually meeting in the land of chaos, who treated them very well. They consulted together how they might repay his kindness and said, "Men all have 7 orifices for the purpose of seeing, hearing, eating, and breathing, while this ruler alone has not a single one. Let us try to make them for him." Accordingly, they dug 1 orifice in him every day. At the end of 7 days, chaos died. Zhuangzi. In this delicately comic parable, chaos is nature in the state of wu-wei, non-assertion or equilibrium. Shu and Hu are the living images of those busy persons who thought they would improve on nature by turning dry prairies into wheat fields and produce deserts, who proudly proclaimed the conquest of air and then discovered that they had defeated civilization, who chopped down vast forests to provide that newsprint demanded by that universal literacy, which was to make the world safe for intelligence and democracy, and got wholesale erosion, pulp magazines, and the organs of fascist, communist, capitalist, and nationalist propaganda.